following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This epic man, along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Burt Reynolds, DeLuise, Art Carney, and the Ace Trucking Company. And now, here's Johnny.
Now, I'll tell you what. Let's really hear it when Johnny comes out. Happy Yom Kippur to you, too. I can't hear anything in here. Is there something wrong? Can you hear me out there?
Fine, yes.
I can't hear anything here at all.
Hit your head on the side like this.
What?
How's it now?
That's it. Well, those bats. That was nice applause, but I have the feeling, as far as you're concerned, I'm just a sex object. I want you to know I have a mind, too. Remember those girls
Yes,
when you're out?
yes.
Yes, interested in my body. That's right. Tell you what, after this monologue is over, do you mind if we just smoke a cigarette and stare at the ceiling?
Yours or ours?
Well, yours or ours. I'm getting this already. Smart outfit.
You like this? These pants are made out of the hide of an unborn jazz tenor man.
Unborn jazz tenorman? That is the freakiest joke I've ever heard. You sound like the audience we had last night. We had a weird, strange audience here last night. Pretty weird. I'll tell you how weird they were. Darren McGavin is still stalking two of them. Well, this is the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur today, and Day of Atonement. And now you all have to atone for your sins by sitting through the monologue. Yes, sir. Oh, my. Today was a big day for Tommy. Tommy Newsom, Mr. Excitement, he made a big decision today. Decided he wants to be a policeman when he grows up. It was just, I just heard the news today. Well, let's go to the news and see if the CIA overthrew my monologue. That's just a blend. That's not particularly a humorous line of a blend.
That's right.
What?
That's right.
Well, you see, the problem is the news has not been too exciting lately. There's nothing really to get a hold of. You know it's a slow news day when you pick up the paper and it says, Ford cooks breakfast, breaks 2 yolks. Very slow news day. But there is some good news. I'll get out of this. You've seen me get in these positions before. And by the time the monologue is over, right. I am a hero.
Right.
Right. No, wait, no sweat. First, the good news is the President Ford is considering an income tax cut for people in lower tax brackets. That's the good news. Now, the bad news is he still hasn't figured out how they can get an income. Did you happen to read that the president is getting contact lenses? It's true. It was in the paper. You know, he wears regular spectacles. He's going to wear contact lenses. I understand the reason that because after the furor over the pardon, he wants to see what he's signing. So he's going to get... But inflation still seems to be... It doesn't bother me. Inflation's the #1 problem in the country. Wouldn't you say that?
I would say so, yes.
You know, the way the dollar is shrinking, you'd think the government was using Preparation H. But I want to tell you... But prices are really going up. Oh. Have you seen the new 75 cars around? Have you seen the prices on the new 1975 cars? You have to use regular gas and supreme money to buy one of those cars.
You'll get out of this.
I'll get out of it. Nelson Rockefeller just completed What are you laughing at, De Cordova? You don't need a blend for every joke. You just go out and do them. I hate guys that try to blend every joke and say, speaking, supreme gas, and say, speaking of cars, Nelson Rocker, you don't have to do that. Just finish one and go right to the other. You die much quicker that way. You don't stretch it out. What was I talking about? Rockefeller, of course. Just finished 3 days of testimony to see if they're going to confirm him for vice president. And he's really trying to show his concern for the poor people. Today, he made a tour of ghetto country clubs. But did you notice how much football there is on television? Now, you see how that... See how that dovetails from Rockefeller? Right into the football season? Country clubs, another sport is football.
Football, yes.
But that's all there is on television. We have National Football League on, what, Sunday?
What?
Well, college football is Saturday. Then you got National Football League on Monday, I think, and Tuesday. The World Football League
Thursday
is on Wednesday or Thursday nights. This puts a strain on a lot of marriages. Did you know that? For women, right?
Lady says yes.
You know you're in trouble when your husband turns to you and says, hello, Howard. About the only way some wives can get their husband attention in bed is anymore to say, okay, Harry, 2468 hike. Right there. What else happened today? You drink a lot of coffee at all?
No.
They keep coming up with some very interesting statistics on coffee, and in a paper today, a couple of scientists said a lot of people who have neurotic disturbances may be nothing more than coffee and too much caffeine drinking. And you can actually go a little bit bananas from drinking too much coffee. Interesting.
That's why I've avoided it.
No, they caught one guy running through Beverly Hills today with Maxwell ground coffee grinds in his hair, yelling, I want to have Danny Thomas's baby. You see, it can really trip you out.
Would you mind starting that one all over again?
What? No. Why, it's a weird enough joke as it is without going back. We got a good show tonight, and later on in the show, Walter Mondale is going to appear here. Just in case he ever becomes president, you want to know what he looks like. Walter Mondale. But we got
Do you have a closing joke?
What?
Do you have a closing joke?
That was it.
Oh.
that was the closing joke. Who do we have on? Did you tell them who we have on?
Burt Reynolds is here.
Super Stud is here tonight. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Dom DeLuise is here tonight. We have good friend of ours, a great talent, Mr. Art Carney, is with us this evening. And the Ace Trucking Company. So we'll be with you in 1 minute. We'll be right back. A couple of social notes. We should mention, we've talked about it before, but coming up next Tuesday night, we are having an anniversary show on The Tonight Show.
And a special.
Yeah, we're going to do a 2-hour show, mainly of highlights or lowlights, however you happen to look at them, of the past 12 years. Crazy things. One of the things is from the Dog Follies. We found the tape we have not played for a couple of seasons of Ed Ames and his famous tomahawk throwing. And
when you played Shirley Temple and
Shirley Temple,
said no word.
Yes, we did that, and Rickles and a lot of absolutely crazy things with animals for 2 hours. So that's Tuesday night. And
I hope we can squeeze in the one that you showed the other day with the Derby.
Hat full of Ralph.
Hat full of Ralph.
Well,
yeah.
we may bring that one up.
I'd like to see that again.
You have to see the picture, otherwise it means absolutely nothing at all. Are you playing in this golf thing that Bobby's playing in? Our director,
Yes.
Bobby Quinn.
I'm not. It's
Saturday
not golf,
and Sunday.
It's tennis.
Well, both.
Tennis and golf? I didn't know.
Well, maybe that's
I'm one
why
of
you're
the
not in
officials,
it.
and I didn't even know it.
You're an official?
Yes.
Yeah, the Cedar Sinai Medical Center is having a celebrity guest tennis and golf tournament. Which one are you in?
I'm in tennis.
Bobby's playing in golf.
Yeah, I'm in the tennis.
You don't play tennis?
No, but I'm going to be there with my little tennis studs on, my little shoes, and I'll be around.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I wouldn't miss that, but you're going to be people such as Bill Cosby, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, Raquel Welch,
Wow.
and Elkie Summer, and Paul Newman. That's not bad. And
Nice.
Rickles is going to play golf. Clint Eastwood, Dean Martin, Telly Savalas, and representing the Tonight Show, our own director, Mr. Robert Quinn.
Right.
Anyway, that takes place on Saturday and Sunday at the new Cedar Sinai Medical Center. The tennis and the golf is at the Valencia Golf Course on Sunday. Man, what else do we have here? These are social notes.
Get everything cleared up.
It's like a local radio station. And now here's the farm report. Doc Severinsen and the Now Generation Brass will be appearing wherever you want them to. No, actually, they'll be, and today's children,
Right.
which are getting older, they got to quit calling them children, will be appearing this Friday, September the 27th. That's tomorrow night. No, it isn't either tomorrow
Yes, it
night.
is tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
Since today is Thursday.
That's right,
It's
tomorrow.
always on your schedule. You ever forget. Eh?
Thursday, September 26th. Thank you. Thank you, melon face. Anyway, they're going to be appearing then with all those children and the brass at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky, and Saturday the next day.
Right.
Of course, that'll be the next day. September the 28th at the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri. What a schedule.
Well, while you're at it,
Ed will be selling his...
I'm going to be at Six Flags Over Georgia in Atlanta on Sunday. 2 shows, 4 and 7.
You're going to be where?
Six Flags Over Georgia. You've heard about those amusement parks all around the country.
No.
There's one in Atlanta.
I
And
don't
I'm
know.
going to be appearing there. Doc's played them, I think. 4 and 7 on Sunday, 2 shows. Atlanta, great city. What are you doing over the weekend?
I'm going to bowl 3 holes in Telly Savalas' head and go bowling. That's what I'm going to do. What do you mean, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do, but... All right, let's see. Oh, remember last week we had Miss America?
I remember that. Yeah.
Lovely girl.
Wasn't that this week?
What?
Wasn't that this week?
Yes, it was this week. Look, when you're having a good time, it all blends. It's like one big show. It's one big 12-year show. We have never left. I have a cot in the back room here. I've never left this building in 12 years. But she was here. She was a nice young lady. Her name was Shirley Cothran. And an important part. What are you laughing at?
You're just wacko, that's all.
And an important part of my favorite part of the contest is not the talent. It's not even the swimsuit competition. It is when Burt Reynolds asks them those penetrating questions.
Yes.
You know, where he catches them off guard to see if they can appear in front of the public
Right.
and think on their feet. Questions like, and Burt always says, you ever notice how he does it? Yeah. Here is your question, Miss Alabama. If you could be someone in history, who would it be? And he runs out because he doesn't want to have any part of that. He doesn't want to be connected with that answer whatsoever. Or, what career do you plan to pursue, Miss Wisconsin? Or, who has been the most influential person
In your life.
in your life? And then he sneaks off. Who's your favorite astronaut? Things like that. Who's your favorite astronaut? That's what they would say. Well, as long as there's peace in the world, nobody. You know. Whatever. We could have love and health. That is my goal. Thank you, Bonnie Lou Dickey. Now, those are not exactly. Well, they're always that, you know.
This girl is your...
Kitty Ann Litter, Bonnie Lou Sims, whatever. Kitty Ann Litter? Good name. I hope she wins some year. From Wyoming, Kitty Ann Litter. Now, you see the trouble. Now, these are not exactly the most provocative or revealing questions.
They could be more penetrating.
We have our staff set together and have thought of some more questions that we're going to send Burt that we think would be a little more, it would really give you the way the girl really feels,
Right.
You know. Miss Wisconsin, what is your favorite truck stop? Or between Miss Colorado and Miss Florida, which one stuffed the most Kleenex in her bathing suit? See, that makes the girl think. Now you're Miss, let's say, Georgia. When was the first time you were pushed up against anything? See, now that makes you just as...
That's provoking.
And, you know, Miss Congeniality always comes out. You say, which judge was she most congenial to? See, these are... Well, here it is. We're talking about names. Miss Americans always have names like Billy Sue, Betty Jane, and Becky Ann. Do you think there'll ever be one named Zelda Shirley? Well, that's got to make that child think. Here's one I like. Miss Nebraska, have you ever registered into a hospital under another name, and why? Which is the higher number, your IQ or your bra size? See, these are... All right, Miss Mississippi, why was your only previous beauty title Miss Holiday Inn? What would you do, Becky Ann Grillman, If you walked in on your brother dancing cheek-to-cheek with a guy named Al. And the last one. Who was the most influential person in your life? And did you ever walk in on them in the bathroom? It just is an added, you know, that really, you gotta stop and think on questions like that. I don't know, we don't have to think. That's what we were doing. We have with us tonight. Crazy. We'll send those to Burt. We have Burt Reynolds. Speaking of Burt, we have Burt Reynolds tonight. Dom DeLuise, Art Carney, and the Ace Trucking Company with a very funny sketch. And Ed is leaving for Seven Flags under Georgia. And now we'll pause for this message from Ozite. Watch, look, listen. I've always been a big fan of Dom DeLuise's. He is genuinely a funny fellow. Not only funny, he's a good actor, too. He's just finished a very successful tour in the play Love, and it's good to have him back here. Would you welcome Dom DeLuise?
You thought I was Burt Reynolds, right?
I thought you were going to go right into a magic act or something.
Oh, no, I have a terrific thing to show you later. Something really...
Magic, you mean?
It's not magic. It's incredible. You know what I mean?
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Fair to see.
Because I remember a magician that I used to go as a kid and watch. Cardini was his name. Richard Pitchford was his real name, but he worked under the name of Cardini.
Cardini's better.
Yeah, and he opened up with the cigarettes and the smoke. And I thought you were going to do...
When I do Dominic the Great, I make a little smoke, then I make a little fire, then I burn myself, you know. But I didn't know I was working. This is just a talk show. Hello. So you guys are funny. You really are funny together, you know? Oh. He teases you unmercifully.
All the time.
When you were out there standing on your star, you know?
Yeah, dying.
Going, and he's saying, where am I? It's just
Big
great.
help. Big help.
Yeah, and your joy is so full when he dies. It's wonderful. You know?
It's a deal.
Go ahead, you're on your own. He's off camera. America's looking at you, and he's going.
There are people like that who just like to see other people.
Mean.
So how you been? What have you been out on the road?
I've been on the road. Gee, it's hard to work on the road. I mean, I missed my bed, among other things. You know.
How long were you out?
I was out for about 2 months doing a show,
Like every single night?
Every single night I would do a show. Then in the afternoon I did what I wanted. And
You say we're silly tonight. What about you?
A little silly, a little silly.
You have a shingle there flapping
when you
tonight.
come home and you don't have any work to do,
right.
It's just as hard just being home with the kids, you know? Fix this, Dad. Look at this, Dad. Oh, where's it? I have a new dog. You know, I lost my dog.
In Chicago,
yeah.
You mentioned.
And I forgot what it's like. My dog was trained, you know. She had to go, my old dog, Nancy, that I lost, she would say, I have to go now. And she would go wherever she would be. She would go to Detroit. She would mail it. You wouldn't hear about it, you know?
Now, what do you mean? Your dog was trained to leave the house?
Leave the house and leave a little surprise in the ivy, you know what I mean? She was good about it. This little puppy, I have a little puppy who goes, oh, look, here's a ball. I was like, wait a minute, hold it, just a moment. You're going with the Kleenex, and he goes, ooh, and he goes, ah. I'm saying, wait a minute, hold it, it's a little thing. I'm exhausted from chasing this little puppy around, you know?
Why don't you train the dog?
I'm trying to train it. He don't speak English. Don't you understand? It's so hard.
Have you seen that little business they do? It's like Pavlov's theory, really. But it's a small little, it's been frank, a little like a loose chain that really rattles. And when the dog does something, you throw it.
Throw the chain.
Not at the dog.
Well,
no, you don't.
Kill him.
No, you don't hit the dog with a chain.
Oh, you just
it makes a noise like on the floor.
But then you see, then he's going to have tight. Every time he has to, even if he has gas, he'll get.
Oh, better he gets that way than.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
let him suffer.
Let him get gas. What do you
that's
care?
Right. If I could teach him
Go
to
outdoors.
Throw, yes. If I could just teach him to throw, it would be made.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What kind of a dog is
window.
this beast you have?
I don't know. It's a
what
little
do you mean you
one.
don't know?
It's a cockapoo.
Oh, it's not a
Hold it down, folks.
It's not a pedigree.
It's not a pedigree. No, because I find that the cockapoo breed really is good with children, and my children really like. They respond very well. David is very little. You have to protect the dog from the children because he picks him up. However, he gets them, and the head's down there, and he's holding them up like this at the door, and he's saying, see, you know. And
How old is this child of yours that does not know the end?
The child is 17. We're worried about
I
it.
guess. It's trying to determine which end of the dog barks. Well, that's a problem.
But it's cute. It's cute to have a little puppy in the house. It is. It's nice. And at night...
Well, you didn't travel with the dog.
You don't go to the bathroom without a flashlight, you know, just to be...
You didn't...
Hello, what's this? You know?
I say hello.
Surprise. The Phantom strikes again. There's always a little note, you know.
You don't take the dog. That's just when you're home now.
I'm home. I don't take the dog on the road. I took one dog on the road. I left it in Chicago.
No.
My dog is still... I have the feeling my dog's going to come back in a few months and saying, like with a little, you know, saying, oh, hello, like a little... She might be pregnant or something. Who knows what she's doing? She loved me a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
That's very hard to
I should make jokes because people get very attached.
Oh, don't... I love my dog. I loved it. It's terrific. A lot of fun. In the hotel room, you know, I was on the road alone. My wife was here with the kids, and I was in Chicago. And that dog was company for me. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was company. You know, you came in the room and she'd go... And she would just wag her tail, you know. It was just terrific. And you'd say, how you doing? And she'd jump up and try to lick your nose, you know. Yeah. Better than nothing.
That's true.
Hey?
When you're out on the road, that beats swatting flies with a newspaper on the lamp. I've never had luck with dogs. I always get dumb dogs. You know that dog I had a few years ago in New York? I had to teach him to school to learn to bark. He was... That's a dumb... No, a dumb dog. Yes, didn't want to bark.
At all?
You had to teach him.
You can't
Most dogs
teach a dog to bark.
This one was so dumb, you had to teach him to bark. Then he got very smart, though.
That's pretty dumb.
Remember that routine? Then he used to steal bones from the table, and he was going out in the garage. He was building his own dog. He got smart very quick.
Never forget a thing.
What?
Never forget a thing.
Oh, we went on vacation once. We put him up on blocks. We had to be gone for a couple of months. Well, those are just ones I remember.
These are all good. This is
you like those?
Stuff,
okay,
sure.
We'll be right back after
We'll
this.
be right back.
Put him on blocks.
Blocks. Nice. Good stuff.
I looked over to my left here, and I see a lot of paraphernalia. Is this stuff yours?
Well, I was in Warren, Ohio, doing my play, and Roy Clark and his friends came by, and they were doing this trick, and I said, I bet I can do that. And then I tried it there in the restaurant, but I was quite drunk, so I don't remember. But I'd like to try it again. I mean, it's a phenomenal trick.
I haven't the slightest idea what it is.
Drop the eggs with the tray and the match covers and the broom. It's unbelievable.
Really?
Want to see it?
No, I haven't worked. I haven't
either. I tell you the truth, this may be brilliant, or who knows?
It could go nowhere.
Yes, it could go right in the
well, let's go
in the
find
old
out.
toilet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try it. Okay. Okay.
Well, here we are at the trick.
Okay, here we are at the trick. Now let me just tell you that I have 5 glasses of water. Yes, I have 5 glasses of water.
Background?
Yes, a little background until the moment. There's a climax here that is unbelievable, matched only by whatever you can fill in as a climax. Would you sit down a moment? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, and trust me. Oh, gee. Okay, this is really something that I'm a little scared, actually. Okay. All right, now, this is a book of matches. You see that rolled up like that? And I have to put them over the glasses. Oh, gee, I'm scared. I don't like this very much.
What are you scared
What
about?
I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the tray, and all the eggs that I put up here are going to fall in the glass. Oh, it's really nice, John. You're going to love it.
What is my role in
Your role is to sit there and trust me. And no, you can, in fact, oh, gee, I don't know if I like this too much. This is harder than I thought. Okay, that's good. And then you can start with the eggs, and this goes right over here. Okay, this is the important part, is this part right here. Gee, Roy, oh, jeez. Okay, it's all right, John. It's all right. It's okay. Okay, this tray is going to go shooting out there. It just takes a few seconds, and the tray... All right, let me just check if the eggs are over the thing. Oh, no, this is off. Just a moment. Okay, that's good. Now, that's good. Here, this is fine. How do you feel, John?
Well, I don't... is this...
Yes, this is going to be good. Now, the eggs, they're not hard-boiled or anything. They're still raw, you know? Okay. Let me just take a... Let me...
Just in case it doesn't work.
Wait, just let me prove to you that the eggs
Oh,
are
yeah,
raw.
there, I
They're all okay. The eggs are all raw.
Just
okay?
in case this doesn't work.
Okay. All right. This is going to be nice. Just let me just see that. The idea is, Lane, you see these eggs? And when I say 3,
You're going to hit the tray.
the eggs are going to go in the glass. Yes. Okay. Now, ready?
Hold on. What are you talking about?
No, what?
What are
All
you
right, all right. I
talking
don't
about?
have to do it that way. All right, just a moment. Just a moment. All right, here. You watch it. You just watch it. Okay, just a moment. Okay, just a moment. Are you crazy? I hope if it gets warm in here, I'm an omelet. You guys are crazy. You're totally insane.
Hey, Johnny, no more guests.
What? Oh, good heavens.
You guys are bananas.
Wait, let me get Burt Reynolds out quick. Over there.
I did a quality sketch. I mean,
Yeah.
did you see my eggs went right in?
They did.
And then you start putting it right in your...
I didn't do anything.
in the groin area. How am I going to explain this to my wife? Where you been, hon? I mean...
Yeah. What are you doing with the cholesterol in your shorts? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Just a minute. Just one quick shot.
That's all. Good. That way, wife won't be suspicious when you get home.
I never.
I don't know what pride. There's something about eggs.
Something about eggs.
And you get
The
next.
devil in you came out. You just really...
I'm
you
sorry.
went business there.
What ape?
Yes. I have to reach for my keys. And my keys are...
Well, I hope you're driving a chicken when you go home tonight.
These are my car keys. Over here is a surprise. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about my keys. Oh, that's a silly feeling.
Yeah, well... I hope the shell doesn't travel.
Well, okay, that was a lot of fun.
Sure.
Well, Could we get some wet towels or some kind of something like that, and a pair of shorts? I think from upstairs would be nice.
Here, wipe yourself on the couch.
Oh yeah,
Foot
that's.
of the loom, something.
We're going to take a message here, and we're going to bring our next guest out sometime tonight.
If you want to see another thing.
Well, we're assaying the damage here. We have some trousers coming. Charles is going into a wardrobe.
Oh, that was fun. That was
absolutely craziness.
Because you don't have a chance to do that unless you're bombed, you know?
Yeah, usually that's real great at a party when you've had about, 4 shooters. Then somebody says, hey, this will be funny. Then it starts.
I wouldn't think that you would do that, but it was nice to see that part of you.
I like
a little
craziness.
insanity. Yes, I know, but I mean,
it was
not
nice.
on me.
You stood still for it. I mean, a man put an egg in your pants and then go like this.
Oh, but see, Laurel and Hardy did that. I was having respect for Laurel and Hardy, and I didn't realize that I was going to get it in the end.
Well, Burt Reynolds is here tonight.
Ooh.
I don't know how many eggs we have left. His latest film is really the most entertaining film. I saw it the other night, called The Longest Yard, and it's got great reviews. It's a funny film, and he is super in it, and he's currently filming a Peter Bogdanovich film, At Long Last Love. Burt also will guest star in the Wayne Newton television special this Saturday night here on NBC. Would you welcome Burt Reynolds?
Hey!
Nice to come out and be on such a dignified, sophisticated show.
This is kind of reminds me of, I just looked at myself. That's the worst skin condition I've ever seen in my life. See, once you start squeezing them, this is what...
Oh, yeah. Very bad. If you stop touching yourself, you won't get this.
Well, you certainly arrived on a wonderful night.
Yes, it was. It was a good night.
Knowing your sense of humor, I didn't know what you were gonna do when you walked out. I didn't know it was gonna be that.
Excuse me.
That's nothing new, is it?
No.
Just freshen up there a little bit.
Like high school.
Isn't this ridiculous?
Yes, it was. It was
Absolutely madness.
terribly entertaining.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Well, we're on every night. We got to grab them and keep them real quick. We don't have time to make those movies, where you build in a plot. We go right for it. Hey, let me tell you, really, I had some people over the other night. We saw your picture. And it's fun to see people watch a motion picture and really sit and laugh, and root and get so involved in the thing. You were super in that picture,
right.
And it got great reviews both in New York and in Los Angeles. But it's one of those pictures that, what they're doing. It says one of the critics said, you're being manipulated.
Yeah.
But you love it, and you go with it, and it is. We're going to show a small clip later on. If you haven't seen it, you go to prison because of a terrible thing you do to a young lady,
Yeah.
and then to a policeman who tries to arrest you.
Yes.
And you get his attention. First, you have to get their attention.
Yes.
And you got his attention, and you go to prison. And he plays an ex-football player. You haven't played professional football for about 8 years, right?
Right.
And I don't know why I'm telling the plot, but
I
that's
like
what
it.
makes the whole thing.
It's
And then
better
Eddie,
than the picture, actually.
Eddie Albert is a warden, sadistic warden who has a football game between the guards and the prisoners. And you have to put together the football team in prison.
I have to get a team of strange people. I want to try, because I'm a football player who's never been hurt for 8 years. And the reason is because I'm a coward. And I run out of bounds, I get a lot of big guys around me, and I sell out. So he tells me to get up a team of inmates. So I go around and try to find the biggest, meanest, rottenest guys I can find. And I get them.
They get some great characters in that picture.
The one guy that exposes himself is not real good at tackle, but he does have a flair.
Certainly diverts their attention from where the play is going.
A couple of seconds, a couple of guys were glancing at him.
Shall we show the film clip first, and this'll show you. I don't know exactly what part this is in the motion picture. Well, we'll
This is
find out.
recruiting
Recruiting the guys.
Recruiting the guys.
Wonderful bunch of all-American youngsters. Yeah, you really wind up with about 6 real brutes in there, and it is really funny. Ray Nitschke, formerly of Detroit Green Bay Packers, is in there, and I saw Joe Kapp.
Yeah, Ray was on the guards team.
Right.
Yeah, he thought that we were playing in the Super Bowl. Tried to destroy me.
Did he hurt your little body, did he?
Right.
You know, he turned out to be not just he turned out to be a good actor in the picture. He wasn't just playing a football
You don't have to
player.
act
He
with
really,
a face like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You cut to that face and you go, oh, because he doesn't have to do anything.
And who's going to go
Looks
to
like
him and
a
tell
sewing
him?
machine went across there 3 or 4 times, you know.
And who's going to tell him it's wrong?
I never said
You didn't say
anything.
go and say it.
Oh, no. I told him a couple of times, gee, you're good.
And he ate your face.
Yeah.
It's a funny, funny picture. Let me pause here a second. We'll be right back after this brief intermission. Welcome back to Omnibus. You missed the in-depth discussion earlier on the show in which we discussed capital punishment, and you know, we was absolutely mad tonight. Anyway, my guests are Dom DeLuise and Mr. Burt Reynolds and his leather body stocking.
Yes. I hope it's leather because for this money you don't want to get naugahyde. You know?
That's
It's like a 48 Buick.
Yes, right. Is that off the rack?
No, I got that at Whip City.
That's right. You get a spatula and a can of silly putty with that, and
It's an article in the Free Press. It said, please, if you would like this outfit, S&M, no freaks, please. Get in a plastic bag and cover yourself with spaghetti and be at Vine Street at 11 p.m. I was there. The guy was a wonderful person, and he put this right on.
and you made a trade, and that's the way you came to ownership.
And there's no
Nothing.
pockets. What do you do with your wallet, your comb?
You you can't have anything that bulges.
A comb?
Wait a second, hold it. 2, 4, 9. Okay, 12, 16. Now stop that silly laugh. You're a grown man. How can you be a sex symbol with that kind of a cackle? You can't come on here in a leather suit and then go, hey. Come on. She should be going, hey, that's funny. That's better. You don't do that. You go, you giggle.
No, it's my fault.
And you did it in the picture, because there was a scene there where you cracked up, and it was perfectly natural, because I've got a cackle when I
It
laugh.
sounded like a girl.
That's true, but that's the way you laugh.
That is the way I laugh.
Did you do all the football scenes yourself? I know you used to play at Florida.
Yeah, I did all the running and all the getting hurt myself.
Were you injured on the thing at all?
Oh
or
yeah,
at any
I
time?
hurt a lot, but I never let the guys know, because we were inside the prison, and we had the guys there. I wanted them to think I was, and I'd jump up after they tackled me, and they'd say, "How was that?" Then I would go around behind the camera and go,
He hurt me.
"Oh, I was hurt."
These
so
were
bad."
a lot of the guys were actual inmates from the wherever you filmed this, right in Alabama.
Reidsville, Georgia.
Did they get a
Georgia, right.
salary for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Cigarettes.
Old generous Burt. A few cigarettes, huh, for making a movie,
No,
huh?
they got paid. I made sure that they got paid.
Really?
They won't collect for a few years, but they got paid. They got paid exactly what a Hollywood extra or a Hollywood actor would be paid. I insisted on that. They wanted to pay them in cigarettes. They really did.
No kidding.
Yeah. Paid me in cigarettes.
That's pretty
Funny
funny.
cigarettes,
Paid
but
in
I-
cigarettes. Do you do things like this? Now, you come in. I know you do terrible things on movie sets, I hear.
I do.
Practical joking
Yeah,
and so
I like
forth.
that.
Like what?
Keeps people loose, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I had to grab a star, a little star off a showgirl's tush, you know. She came by and she had a little star on the back, and I had to pop it off there and put it on the door of Madeline Kahn's dressing room. And I thought the crew would, you know, appreciate it if I couldn't get it off and had to tussle with it, you know. Make it for, you know, kind of cute, you know. Yes. Broke the crew up. Nobody else cared. But it literally wouldn't come off, so I faked, you know, like... Except that her outfit was feathers. And I came up looking like a bushman of Africa, 1,000 feathers and sparkles and things on my... Crew loved it. Won't make a dime, this picture.
Did they print it?
Printed it, yeah.
They printed that when you bite the
Printed it.
girl's tush?
No, bit the star.
Bit the star off a tush.
No, don't bite the tush. You can't bite a tush. Kirk Douglas wouldn't do that.
How do you think you got it? Well, never mind.
Never mind.
Not important. What's about the wedding on horseback? Somebody told me about it. You were supposed to go to a wedding on
Oh,
horseback?
yeah, it was supposed to be a wedding this weekend. The guy that used to stand in for me is getting married on horseback.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just kind of
Tommy
a
didn't-
braggart, I guess. I don't know.
Didn't you ask him why he wanted to get...
Braggart?
Didn't you ask him why? Don't start. Why he wants to get married on horseback? I
Well,
mean, that would
he's a
sound like a
cowboy.
logical question.
He's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy.
Married a cowgirl.
But,
So logically, they would get married on horses.
Right.
And I was going to be the best man, which meant that I had to
Mount.
ride in. I beg your pardon.
Mount up.
Mount up there.
Mount up.
my milkman didn't get married on a cow. I don't know why you have to be... Why? Because you're a cowboy. What's the sequence there?
I knew we were going somewhere with that. And I got a feeling we're going to end up over there.
Throwing it back to me, eh? Oh, stop that giggle. We'll be back in a moment, and we're going to shine Burt's clothes, and then we're going to come out. Okay, we're back at Sesame Street. You just finished a picture with Art Carney, didn't you? Or worked in a picture with him?
I did a picture called W.W. and Dixie Dance Kings. And Art Carney played the man who was trying to hunt me down. And I never had, ever in my life, that much fun with anybody. I had to try to find him once in a while in a massage parlor, you know. And he does disappear occasionally. Where is Art?
Art is a great performer, and he has just finished a new movie called Harry and Tonto, which has received great reviews. Couldn't be a nicer gentleman. Would you welcome Mr. Art Carney?
Okay.
Hey, Art, how are you? Hello, Art. How are you? Wonderful.
I'm Artie Carney, and I'm your dirty doctor. I just paid a house call on Foster Brook. Don't worry about that.
You were sitting back in makeup looking so distinguished tonight, and then you saw this madness,
Yeah, and he thought he was going to lay an egg.
and you were going You've been sitting back there figuring out how to top this whole thing all night, have you? Oh, yes, you did it. I'm just glad we don't have one more guest or we're in trouble. Because...
Want to see me top it?
Top it? Yeah.
Too fast.
You look like one of those conventioneers at the Elks Club about the third day, sitting around Club Hi-Hat.
Hey, the broads. What position is the moon in tonight?
It's got to be,
Oh, it's got to be up.
No.
Yeah.
You want to lock up, Ed? I'm going to catch the bus. Well...
A young ain't up, an old ain't up.
Well, I don't know where we're...
Now, let's settle down. We're all professionals.
That's right. We should... We're grown adult men, and we shouldn't be acting like children out here and do cheap things for a laugh. Ever see an Eskimo pee? No, look, we got to get going now and stop this thing. Now, we've got to settle down. What a tacky-looking group we are tonight. Tacky.
I really think that that these moments do happen.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
You know, this is ending up like a tribute to Jack Carter, huh? You know? Huh, what do we have in there? Yes. Huh? You find anything and do 3 minutes. It doesn't make anything. Make any difference. What we're going to talk about tonight? Harry and Tonto, I understand,
What'd you say about the title of the movie?
is super. Harry and Tonto. Tonto and me.
Tonto and you.
Tonto and you.
Harry
And
me.
And Harry and me.
Tonto is the cat. All together now. Harry and Tonto. Cut.
Tonto is... And Tonto is the cat, right?
Yeah.
I understand it's a great... I've not seen it yet, but really the reviews, you ought to be very happy with that.
Now, there's a
Dew is setting in early. So more humid than I thought in here.
Don't worry about it.
There's some deodorant here if you want to use some of that.
No.
Bad.
I had some body makeup a little while ago, and you used Ready Whip.
Yeah. Remember when they came out with the giant size of this and the guy blew his arm off? It was the vanishing thing. It was, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I want to tell you, going right into pulling out everything now.
Right, the heavy stuff.
Yeah, well, you used to do this, because I remember when you and Gleason would rehearse the old Honeymooners thing, and you'd get carried away in things
Never
and just start going
rehearsed.
silly. Or not rehearse, but just, you know, you start on a mad thing. There's a lot of that going around. Burt, that's a wonderful outfit. You want to cue the pony? I don't know what we were going to talk about. Are you going to play the piano? They put that out there.
Like that? Yeah.
Certainly you can play like that. I'll sing with you. I'll do anything with you. Sure.
I got pants in my bag.
You have pants in the bag?
Yeah.
Would you like to put your trousers on first? Sure. All right.
In front of everybody?
Well, you can go backstage and put the...
Might as well.
Okay. Put your trousers on and...
Doing a commercial.
You can do it now.
We'll do a commercial while
Do a
you...
little dance.
I
in
heard
front-
about you.
We'll do this first, and while we change outfits, and we'll be right back. Oh. We're back. I guess we got to go over here now, huh?
Whatever you say.
Sure. Okay. You say you want me to do something in this?
You don't want to see what I got in the bag, huh?
Yeah. What do you got in the bag?
Well, nothing. You ain't gonna see it.
Okay.
I'll show you. Hi, Doc. Let's not do any of those silly tunes. Like I can't get over a girl like you, so get up and answer the phone yourself. What is that, a large beep? You hear me? Once more. Here you ready now? Let's get it. You got the music, I have. Lay down. Oh, rum. Nice change chord here. Watch it.
Waiter.
We got 2 minutes. Can we do this in 2 minutes?
I gotta get down to the bus depot, meet Fred McMurray.
Is nothing sacred tonight? What?
I don't know. All right. What?
How much have we now? How much? We got 2 minutes. Can we do it in 2 minutes?
When I do candy and cake?
What do I do?
You echo. Candy and
I
cake.
echo.
But I'm doing it like Godfrey, right?
Oh, I like Arthur Godfrey.
Yeah, but you don't do it like Godfrey.
Okay.
You do it like Arthur Tracy, the street singer.
Tracy. So what do I just repeat what you say.
Candy and cake.
Candy and cake.
My candy and cake.
Candy and cake.
My sugar's as sweet as treats as eating candy and cake.
Candy and cake.
Sugar and spice. And everything nice. And kissing her once ain't half as nice as kissing her twice.
Candy and cake.
Oh. I can be smart. And I can be wise.
And I can be wise.
But when she rolls those poly jelly bean eyes, I shiver and shake.
Shiver and shake.
My heart would just break. If some other love should rob me of my candy and cake.
Sugar and spice. Candy and cake.
Candy and lasagna.
Candy and lasagna.
Candy and a pizza.
Candy and pizza.
Candy and...
Hey! What a winner. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm glad the Ace Trucking Company is here tonight because they're going to fit right in with this madness. They're very funny, 4 guys, and they're going to open at Mr. Kelly's in Chicago starting Monday, this coming Monday, September the 30th. George Memley, Mike Mislove, Bill Saluga, and Fred Willard. Would you welcome the Ace Trucking Company?
All right, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Let Kidder do it. You do it. No. All right. Yeah, you do it. No, you do it. It was my idea. You come in. Hurry up, just do it. Please, hurry up. Sit down. All right, shh.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the College of Comedy, where we study the history and theory of all forms of comedy. Tonight's lecture will be humor. What makes people laugh? I hope whoever is responsible for this is happy. You think this is funny? I can wait here until you're ready. Are you ready to continue, gentlemen? Thank you. This is one in a series of lectures on humor here at the College of Comedy. And how do we spell comedy with a capital, Mr. Kittering? K is correct. Where we learn what makes people laugh, and how do we spell that all together? L-A-F-F, laugh. Is that correct, Mr. Kittering?
That's
Simple yes will suffice. Let me call the roster, please. Mr. Maxwell?
Here, Professor Kafka.
Mr. Catucci?
Here, Professor.
Mr. Kittering. Mr. Kittering is taking this course in an effort to overcome certain physical handicaps which result from a feeling of inferiority. And I think he's come a long way this semester, haven't you, Mr. Kittering?
Present.
You're amused by that, Mr. Catucci?
Yeah.
Tell me, who among us is without certain shortcomings, eh? Mr. Catucci just last week informed me in private of a rather embarrassing physical problem he has, which is hurting his private life.
Professor.
Relax, Mr. Catucci. Your secret is safe with me. Still wetting the bed at his age.
Wetting the bed.
The bed, Mr. Kittering, yes.
I guess it's sort of a waterbed now.
Do you want to hold the comedy till the end of the class, Mr. Maxwell? Well, shall we begin? Each of us had a homework assignment over the weekend, and I think we should begin with Mr. Maxwell, whose assignment was a demonstration of physical comedy.
Yes, sir.
Physical
Yes, sir.
comedy.
Yes, sir. And I have to set things up here.
What do
so-
we have there, Mr. Maxwell?
That's
A banana peel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to put it on the floor.
Well, be careful. Someone might slip on it and injure themselves.
Well, yeah, that's the point, sir.
Oh, that is the point. You think it's funny that someone should slip on a banana peel? No, class. What is funny is the anticipation of a slip, where the victim walks down the street and the last minute sidesteps the banana, averting a fall. There is the humor. Just slipping on a banana is an old and very trite laugh. Now, if you insist on using a banana, remember it's only funny if the victim is a stuffed shirt, someone filled with hot air, some pompous ass that everyone dislikes. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, whoa! Wait a minute. I think I've hurt myself. Someone call me a doctor. Everyone.
You're a doctor!
Exactly.
And if you say, call me a cab, you're a cab.
No, indeed, Mr. Maxwell, because that would be repeating a joke, and nothing kills a joke quicker than repetition. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Only a fool needs repeat himself. I repeat, only a fool needs repeat himself. Everybody?
Only a fool needs to repeat himself. Sir, I'm not through.
You're not through,
No,
Mr.
sir.
Maxwell?
Well, you
There's
see,
more.
after I slipped on the banana peel, I was going to make a quick change and come up like this, sir.
I don't understand. What's funny about that?
Well, it's a funny.
Oh, you're making funny of someone's of appearance.
face.
I see. What if, God forbid, some poor soul actually looked like that? Wouldn't it be rather cruel to make fun of him? Eh?
Sorry. That was funny.
You think it's funny? I don't think it's funny to make fun of someone's physical handicaps. Do you, Mr. Kittering? Oh, is it? I should have known better than to call on Porky Pig. Incidentally, how's your wife, Katie? Oh, of course. Did you prepare your 1-minute comedy monologue, Mr. Kittering? A simple nod of the head will suffice. Well, we don't like to hear it. Unfortunately, we only have an hour. So instead, what we're going to do is call on Mr. Catucci to rise and recite his 1-minute comedy monologue, please, Mr. Catucci.
Well, Professor, I never got a chance to prepare my monologue.
Oh.
No, I had to take my wife out to dinner, and we went to the restaurant, and she said to the waiter, do you serve crabs? And he said, we serve anybody. Have a seat. Well, the waiter said, you know, for 50 cents you can eat like a horse. I said, if I give you $1, will you bring out something that for $50 for $1? Could I eat? Whatever.
I get it.
You get the joke? You know what I'm talking about? Hey! The waiter brought out the food, and I said,
you know, this food isn't fit for pigs. He said, if you give me a minute, I'll bring out something that is. Hey! And I said, wait, what's this fly doing in my soup?
Just a minute, Mr. Catucci. I think we've heard enough excuses as to why you were not able to prepare your comedy monologue.
But, Professor...
Perhaps in the future you'll have enough respect for the class to come in with your monologue prepared.
Professor, please...
I don't want to hear any more excuses. Sit down.
You didn't let me finish.
Why don't you drop dead? You see how I handled a heckler there? Now, as each of you graduate or commence from the comedy college, you're going to be performing in professional nightclubs where you will encounter heckling. And at this time, I'm going to show you how to handle a heckler. Handle a heckler. Now you're saying to yourself, what's a heckle? Well, I'll show you. Mr. Maxwell, why don't you stand up and attempt to perform a comedy routine?
All right, sir.
Observe me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Why don't you crawl back into a sack?
Well, I can't. You got it first and made that suit out of it.
I beg your pardon. I bought this student a very nice store.
I'm sorry,
Well, it's
sir.
not funny at all making fun of someone's clothes.
I'm sorry, I
I'll
just
take
thought
good
it
money
would
for this.
be-
What difference does it make? Sit down. Obviously, you missed the whole point. Our friend Mr. Maxwell does not know how to handle a heckler, so that's my job. I prepared certain professional type heckles here, which I'm handing out. You will call them up to me at the designated time, and we'll see how you can handle a heckler. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Kafka. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cafe Royale.
Is that your tie, or is your tongue hanging out?
Well, at least I can speak properly.
It's about the only thing you can do properly.
Please, Mr. Maxwell, keep your place. I'm calling on one person at a time, and you keep your assigned heckles. Well, it's a pleasure being here tonight.
I bet it's a pleasure for you to be anywhere tonight.
I said stick to your assigned heckles.
That's the assigned heckle, sir.
Oh, it is, of course. All right. At least I'm on the stage.
Yeah, you ought to be under one.
I'm not going to tell you what I told him. Keep your assigned heckles. It's very difficult working with stupidity.
Yeah, we're beginning to find that out.
Are you addressing me?
Professor, we're sorry. You really have a kind face.
Oh, thank you.
Kind we like to step on.
I don't have to take
Hey,
this.
Professor!
You'll show
Hey,
some
Professor,
respect
don't
for
look
me.
now. There's a dope standing in your shoes.
Where?
Why don't you pour a hole in yourself and let
Now,
that
listen
sink
to
in
me,
you? I
gentlemen.
understand why some
I am
people
a
think they're young.
professional. Every club I have performed in, I draw lines around the block. That is not funny. I am a professional. Can I have some order in here?
I have order.
That's it. Quiet!
Or did your pants fall down?
Those fools, if they live to be 100, they'll never know what makes people laugh.
I hope you've enjoyed our discussion of the great books of our times tonight. Our panel will be here tomorrow to discuss another in-depth, socially relevant question to our country. I've never seen such insanity here tonight. We all should go to a home immediately and spend a day there. This has been a lot of fun tonight.
Oh, it went like a minute.
Well, you started it with your eggs, and from then on,
I understand we were preempted by President Ford.
Thank you, Art. Thank you, Art. Great time. Thank you, Burt. Thank you, Dom. Tomorrow night, Shirley Jones, Karen Valentine, Richard Armour, and Dick Cavett will be with us tonight.